Hello, this is Josh from Advanced Camping, bringing you the new features on the 2019 Winnebago Revel. We just got this one in and it is really cool. We've got the silver exterior. We've also got the 17-inch extra wheels here, and we also have the nice big all-terrain tires. We have an 11-inch ground clearance here, so we can really do some off-roading. And it's really feature-packed here. We're going to have 200 watts of solar right away on the roof. We'll have a really nice power awning that is armless and does actually have a wind sensor right on board. So if it gets too windy, that'll automatically come in. And it's also lighted, which is also kind of a cool touch. But, you know, the Mercedes chassis on here is going to be quite advanced as well. This will have the crosswind assist. So, you know, it's really perfect for adventuring, going anywhere you want. You know, I've driven this vehicle, and in any kind of wind, you know, it'll actually activate the ABS brakes on each individual wheel. If it feels like you're kind of getting off kilter a little bit, it'll sort of self-adjust right for you, which is really kind of cool. It also has the lane keeping assist. You also have the blind spot assist, which is also a nice touch on here. It also has automatic dimming high beams, which is also going to be a nice plus for you. Just a really nice advanced 144-inch wheelbase Mercedes chassis here. And of course, 4x4, you can activate that with just a switch right by the steering wheel, and you'll be able to activate 4x4 for any type of off-roading scenario you may have. But it definitely is a cool looking machine. We've got these really nice running boards that run along the sides here. There's actually some LED lighting that you can light up at night should you desire, and it kind of looks cool as well. But this also has the S-Bar diesel heating and hot water system. So as opposed to using any propane on here at all, it's actually going to use a diesel furnace and hot water heater, which is a really smart thing. So you never have to fill propane for one. It's also going to be a lot more efficient in terms of fuel. And it also, when it drops down to about a quarter of a tank of diesel fuel, it does cut out, so just so you have a little bit of gasoline left to, so you're not stuck out in the middle of nowhere, basically. You've also got 3 Group 31 batteries on board here. You can kind of see them from here, otherwise they're mainly inaccessible. But it equates to about 330 amp hours of power, and it does have a 2000 watt sine wave, pure sine wave inverter, which is going to be better for laptops and tablets and everything. It's going to be great for your induction stove, which we'll go over in just a little bit here, but it's going to give you plenty of power for a weekend, or if you're being a little more conservative, especially with the solar, easily a week full of power. And you do also have the alternator under the hood, so when you are running the vehicle, it will help charge up those coach batteries as well. So let's take a look. We also have a table that comes out here, which is definitely nice. It comes with a leg, of course, that helps that sit down. But everything is really easy to access here. You have your winterization, which is really easy to hook up. You have your freshwater drain. You've got a spray port. This is just going to be for cold water here, but you can spray your feet off or something like that. You've got a city water connection here, and you also have your gravity fill for your tank right here. That's going to be about 25 gallons, so plenty to bring along with you. And of course, we're going to have some of our switches here for the awning light. We can bring the awning in and out. You know, it's all armless, really easy to use. And a wind sensor on board, of course, so you never have to worry about that fabric. Definitely a nice touch. Let's keep checking out the outside for a little bit before we go on the inside. And we have the dual paned acrylic windows here. So these aren't glass windows. They actually have a larger R factor, 2.5 R factor on these acrylic windows versus I think it's a 0.5 on a glass window. So you're going to have a really nice sort of all-season coach here. Also, the insulation in here, as opposed to using standard RV insulation that's like a block foam that really isn't going to last on any kind of adventuring you're going to do, especially in four-wheel drive, here you actually have automotive insulation, which is quite a bit more expensive, but it breathes a lot better than any other type of insulation you can use on a coach. So again, we're going to keep touching base. Everything on here is going to be very much automotive quality, and part of that is the automotive insulation. So really, really cool there. You also have a solar input here. Now it has 200 watts of solar. This particular one already has 200 watts of solar on the roof. This is if you wanted to add some more. And they do offer expandable solar panels, so you can get up to 500 watts of solar. The charging system in there does go up to 500 watts of solar, so you can really amp that up if you are so inclined. And you've got some 110 volt plug-ins right on the outside, which is always nice. And we have our nice ladder here and our rack system. I'll see if I can show you some of that, but it does attach on those red pieces, and you can take that right off of there, and you can actually move the red clip-ons there as well, so you can really attach that ladder anywhere you'd like to, say, clean the solar panels, or if you had a kayak rack or something like that up there, that would be very, very easy to do. So nice big ladder, very, very easy to take on and off. It just has this screw knob here, so you just undo the screw knob and it pops right off, so it makes that nice and easy. Now you do also have a 5,000 pound hitch, so you can tow around 5,000 pounds with your 4x4 Sprinter here. And let's take a look at the storage in the back. You're going to have about 140 cubic feet of storage back here. So a lot of storage. Really just tremendous. I mean, you can put bikes. They do have removable tie downs here as well that you can take on or off. So great for bicycles or anything you might want to be bringing along with you, kayaks, really just about anything you can think of. And the other cool thing is the bed can stay in any position you'd like it to. It holds 500 pounds. We'll kind of go over that a little bit more once we go inside. But some people prefer to have their bicycles still in here, and maybe you're just stopping for the night somewhere. You can sort of drop that about halfway so the bicycles are still upright and still be able to sleep on the bed. So definitely a cool touch there. But just a tremendous amount of storage here. You also have an outside shower here, hot and cold water. And it comes with a quick connect hose here. Here's a way you can turn your water pump on very easily in the rear. So it makes that all very easy. This is really made for the adventurer who really wants to get off the road a little bit. Certainly it fits in a normal parking spot with ease. The tires on here, even though they're big off-road tires, they don't hum on the freeway. It really does give you a smooth ride that you'd expect from a Mercedes. So, you know, it really does double nicely as a street vehicle, but the coach inside is really sort of built for adventuring and being off the beaten path a little bit. So let's take a look on this side here. Now they're going to have these fiberglass flare outs, and the reason for that is basically sleeping. So you can sleep, I think it's up to 6'5" or 6'6". So basically if you're a larger, longer person like me, it's going to be very easy to sleep lengthwise in here. So they're basically doing that flare out for more comfort when you're actually sleeping in here. So, and it does do a good job of that. So really anybody can sleep in here regardless of how tall you are. So kind of a smart move, and it looks really aesthetically pleasing. And again, you have more of those dual paned acrylic windows with 2.5 R factor, and you have really nice outside lighting all throughout too to help illuminate your whole coach. So you also have a 30 amp hookup that's going to be just for shore power if you're hooking up to a generator, or of course shore power anywhere else. Now we do also have a really nice cassette toilet, and that's going to be from the inside there, and I'll show you. It's really kind of a dual purpose cabinet, and you can use it as a shower, a toilet, or storage space. But these do pop out nicely, and you also have a I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Here we go. So this pulls out, and there is a pull handle on here too, so you can actually carry it sort of like a suitcase, which makes it nice and easy. Not going to be able to quite do that one-handed, but I think you get the gist of it. There we go. Let's see if we can put that back in there. Clips in very nice and easy. These clip in very easily as well, so makes that really, really easy. And we also have our gray water drain right underneath here, and this is a good chance to tell you about sort of the all-season portion of the coach. So all of your tanks are going to be insulated, and they're going to be heated by that hydronic heating system. So when you're running your diesel hydronic heating system, there's going to be basically glycol pipes that run through the insulated holding tanks and help warm them. So they're really going to be good in a lot of cold temperatures. So, you know, it's going to be great for an adventurer who wants to maybe go skiing or something like that, or if you're in the mountains and gets cold overnight. You know, if you have your heat on, then your tanks are also going to be nice and insulated and heated. So that's going to be a huge plus on our Revel here. It's great for our adventurers. You know, you really don't have to worry about the temperatures or anything like that. You can just go, you can have fun, and you just don't have to worry about your tanks freezing up, which is never good. And we also have a city fill here. This is going to be for your freshwater holding tank. And we're going to have our S-Bar diesel. This is going to be our exhaust right here for the hot water and heating system. It's going to be a very, very quiet system, and like I said, it uses a very small amount of diesel fuel. And let's take a look at some of the Mercedes options in here. Well, this is actually from Winnebago, but it's really nice. You can actually tether in the coach batteries, your 3 Group 31 AGM batteries, and tie it in nicely so you can sort of jump start your battery if for whatever reason your starting battery was low. So that's going to be quite nice. We talked a little bit about this earlier, but it's going to have automatic high beams. So, you know, basically if you're driving down the road and it sees someone coming, it'll automatically turn those high beams off. We have a really nice, cool front here. It's almost like a carbon fiber look to go with the rest of the coach. Really looks nice. Very, very cool. Looks really nice with the seats here as well. And it's a very safe vehicle as well. There's going to be airbags on both sides of each seat. There's going to be an airbag in these pillars here and on the cross member here. And there's going to be 2 airbags up in front as well. So regardless of where you're going, it is going to be a nice, safe vehicle. So very cool there. And we do have our 4x4 options right over here. And we'll have our lane keeping assist and blind spot assist options over here. But it's definitely cool to take a look at the trim. Definitely goes with the rest of the coach quite nicely. So now, and let's take a look at the rest of the coach. So we do have 2 more seat belts back here, and this converts into another bed for really a kid or you know, maybe a one night type of a thing. But we can convert a bed into this whole space here, or you can carry 2 extra passengers if you're going down the road. so you can bring up to 4 people along with you, seat belted. And we're also going to have all of our panels, switches, everything sort of all in one spot here. We're going to have our solar charger, a furnace, hot water heater, inverter. Everything's going to be in all in one spot, which makes everything nice and easy. So works really great there. And we'll have our kitchen over here. We'll have a recessed sink. This sort of pulls up like so. Got yourself a nice sink. You have your induction stove, of course, and that's going to be magnetic, so it's going to be good on power saving. It's going to be a lot safer as well than a traditional, propane stovetop, as there's not going to be no open flame, and as you remove the pan from it, it's actually going to be cool to the touch. So really cool there. And we'll have a little bit of extra storage all throughout here. And we'll also have our refrigerator, and this is going to be a compressor-driven refrigerator and freezer. There's actually, I think, a little freezer in here, yep. But it's going to be a small little fridge and freezer here. But it's nice. You don't have to be level for this to work. Certainly, if you're going to be on an incline or a decline, which, hey, that's definitely possible when you're out on the road or even off-road. So these are going to cool down much, much quicker than the compressor-driven refrigerators that are propane-driven. And you don't need to be level for them to work. And with your 3 Group 31 AGM batteries, I mean, that's barely going to take any type of power at all. So feel free to run that as much as you'd like. And again, those batteries do get recharged every time you're running the engine. So if you are driving somewhere, it's going to recharge those batteries pretty quickly for you. Now, you do also have a Max Air power fan here. It's got a rain sensor built in, and you do have some controls on the control panel. Otherwise, we have plenty right around here. So really nice fan. It really creates a nice cross breeze in here, especially when you open the more screens you have out. The better this is going to work, as it's really going to pull air through and create a beautiful cross breeze. And it's 12 volt, not going to use a lot of power, so really a cool thing to have, especially if you're not wanting to run the air conditioner, or if you're off the grid and maybe you can't run the air conditioner. This is going to be easily the second best thing here. Going to be your Max Air fan. So let's take a look at our bathroom / cabinet here. This is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen on an RV. This is actually going to be treated bamboo wood. So if you wanted to, put your boots or something wet on these racks, they're going to be completely ready to take that. They're going to be just fine. So they are sort of waterproofed and water treated. Otherwise, there is a spot for a shower in here, so you can just easily remove these and use this as a bathroom if you wanted to. You got a power vent fan up on top here. You have your hot and cold, and it comes with the spigot and everything. And then on the bottom here, you'll see your drain. You'll also see your toilet. So it does double nicely as either a storage area or a bathroom. So very, very cool. I think this is one of the sort of defining traits for us when we saw this. I mean, we've had so many people, of course, want the 4x4. That's been a huge thing on the Sprinter chassis. They want 4x4. They want to be able to go wherever they want. But the other thing is, a lot of people just don't use the bathrooms, or they'll use the state parks bathrooms and facilities, and they're perfectly fine with that. And they'd rather have this storage, but hey, maybe once in a while, you never know. So this way you really have the best of both worlds. So really smart idea. This is one of our big selling factors on here. And we'll have various rope lighting throughout. It's also going to have a bunch of these RAM tracks. That's what they call them. Basically, it's going to be for different attachments for like iPads or iPhones, things like that. But they're basically so you can mount a mount for your iPhone or iPad, and they're going to be really all over the coach, all throughout. Some of them are even lit up, but basically it's you can go on Amazon or whatever and buy these RAM tracks for whatever accessory you might have, and you can really set that anywhere you'd like. So definitely cool. We are also going to have a flip up table here, so especially if you're going to swivel the seat around, you are going to have a nice little laptop table, or certainly for eating, that's going to work out great as well. But let's check out the bed here. So yeah, this is going to be really nice and easy, really smooth action here. And like we talked about earlier, the nice thing is too, if you did have some of your toys or some storage underneath here, you can actually sleep on it in any position here. It'll hold up to 500 pounds. You know, you won't have the things on the sides here, basically the cushions on the side, but you know, it wouldn't be too terribly difficult to get something upholstered or something to sort of fit the rest of this gap if you were taking a specific item along with you fairly often. So otherwise, see if we can drop it a little further. And it's going to keep dropping. There we go. So this is our bed proper, and again, you know, this is going to be good for people up to 6'5", 6'6", with the basically the fiberglass flares on the outside of the coach. And again, we're going to have our acrylic windows to keep the warm or cold air in, whatever the case may be. And certainly there's going to be all kinds of plugins back here for any devices you may have. There's going to be lights, of course, and yeah, it just really makes for a nice area. And this is all insulated as well. It uses sort of an ABS plastic to keep things a little bit lighter, and they do use that automotive insulation right behind here as well. So it really comes back to that automotive quality. They really want this to last. They know that you're going to be taking this sort of off the grid, off the road, and they want everything to really hold up very strongly, and I think they do a great job of that. So Winnebago, of course, being in business 60 years now, so they have been doing this quite some time. And us here at Advanced Camping, we've seen a lot of different coaches come and go, and we can say these Revels are really truly worthy of anyone's attention if you are planning on doing any type of, you know, off the beaten trail style camping. And we've had just so many customers ask us, you know, hey, can we get a Sprinter 4x4? Can we get a short body 4x4? And the supply just was not available before, but now Winnebago is able to actually obtain these chassis, which is, you know, really nice to hear, and we can actually get the customer what they want. And we've been getting a lot of feedback on them, and a lot of feedback from you guys, and you know, we really hope you like it, and we hope we can talk with you about it. And again, this is Josh. I'd be happy to help you. The number here is 414-281-6330. And our website for current stock availability and pricing is going to be advancedcamping.com. And if you like this video and want to see more, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Currently, we are taking orders on these, order outs, so we can kind of configure some different options for you if you like, and talk about different lead times. So look forward to talking with you soon, and thanks again, and have a great day.